What do you want, Ramses? You. If you didn't exist, I... That's why I must get rid of you by jumping from this floating platform upon you. Only then will I be able to beat him.
Well, hurry up then.
What do you think you're doing, Ramses? Let's move it over here. That's absurd! Do you think you can neutralize my power?
It looks like he already has.
Of course he can. He was made to be able to do so. By the way, I'm here too.
Krellian, surely you're not on their side now?
This is revolution! Oh, really now? I don't care about a group of old geezers who are so obsessed with clinging into their dead little lives.
Oh dear.
Whatever. That they had to resort to turning themselves into data on this SOL 9000 in order to survive. I mean, come on. That's not even as subtle of a reference. That's not why. Your existence obstructs me from reaching my goal. That's all.
Wait, that's
He's not even joking.
Working for humanity's future. For humans to live longer.
I mean, sorry.
I assisted you.
Yes, that's right. I mean, Soul 9000. I try to lead the people on my way. That hasn't changed in the least.
Krellian, what's gotten into you? You sound like a madman.
You see, Kane, there's this thing called lying.
Kill him, Ramses. Get it? Ramses? Well, actually, the English pronunciation is Ramses, too. The English pronunciation is different, too.
Under the mask, it's just a charred corpse barely left alive. And with this, Emperor Kane is officially dead.
I could barely make it out, to be honest.
So, basically, Last Jedi ripped this off. Kind of.
Well, not really. Not really. Emperor Kane is not established as actually being a good guy and helping the others. So, Kane is dead.
Yes.
The final fate for one bound within everlasting flesh.
That's...
If only he had just accepted our logical ideals, too.
Afflicting in for someone have become dominated by needless flesh. Excellent work, Krellian.
Now there is nothing that can stand in the way of us accomplishing our objective.
The anima relics have been awakened and have aligned with their respective animus. Dan and Joseph, God, have been aligned with a surface dweller as their animus. I hope you won't betray us like you betrayed him.
Here, Asher's, Ramses, Sylvian, Krellian, Judah, Sophia's Dina.
Sophia's dinner?
Mm-hmm. Those are the names of the anima relics and by extension the real names of the Xenogears. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Issachar were already alive 500 years ago.
And finally, Graf Snafftail. All of the anima relics have now been activated.
As expected, Graf is an Omnigear.
The identity of the persona mask of the mother has also become clear.
Persona!
The time has come.
And so have I. Now is the time to open the door to God's domain, to obtain the fleshly body and the wisdom of God.
Typical.
The time of the true awakening, to carry us to new horizons. Yes, the time of the gospel has come!
Now, humans, extol the awakening of God.
With the Gaetia Key we were mentioning before. Make your own Kingdom Hearts joke here.
That key looks too realistic to
So
make
the
a...
one that Riku uses in
yeah, I was
3.
about to say, have you seen
yeah.
Riku's key?
Yeah.
I guess.
But it is a good observation. Doesn't look like a traditional key. And you won't really like its effect.
Oh, I wonder.
It causes the floor to vanish. I mean, I wouldn't like that either.
It's not a trapdoor. Suddenly, the howling erupted. Even the people who had not mutated were being turned into wells. They howled out like war cries, as if to call out to something.
Well, crap.
That was because Ramsus had been manipulated into assassinating the Emperor. Now, with nothing else holding them back, the Ministry had put into use the Gaetia Key, the effect of which was to alter those people who had been destined by God.
What a horrible destiny.
Those people destined by God, regardless of whether they were surface dwellers or Solarians, began to change shape, one after the other. The howling that was the people who had filled the earth, calling out to God.
Talk about the
by
great
God.
equalizer.
Are people destined by God? Is destined even a verb?
Yes.
Yes.
Once humans have filled the earth, God will awaken from his long sleep, and the awakening of Mahanon, the paradise in the sky, will soon follow. The true meaning of what the Ministry had spoken, the true nature of that legend, was at last beginning to be realized. This is what they meant when they said, once humans have filled the earth. Eventually, Mahanon, the resting place of God, woke from its long slumber and began to rise, almost as if responding to the call of the people. It appeared before us in all its majestic glory. Jay, Richard.
Majestic glory.
Majestic glory.
Okay. All right.
Leave the poor man alone.
And that's one more paragraph done. Moving on. How many?
So, what exactly a place described as the land of paradise and the wisdom of God would actually look like?
You know, all joking aside,
El Dorado?
You know, all joking aside, considering how this half of the game is practically part visual novel at this point with how much text there is, one has to wonder if that would have added more or less stress to the localization process.
Gonna go with more.
It's still not as big as the Trails Kiseki games, but you know, you can essentially call it a prototype of that kind of undertaking. But yeah, this doesn't really look like majestic to me. More rusty.
I guess it's seen better days in the past.
Is this Gibraltar?
It's what happens when it spends so long under the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, the rock, some of its famous rock kind of chipped away in the sea.
Except it's not actually rock. It's metal, believe it or not. But we will actually take a more close look when we actually get to the place.
Wait, it looks like a ship.
Yeah, it looks like the
Enterprise.
The big star.
Is this what happened with the After Generations movie?
To me, it looks like the what happened to Darth Vader's big super star destroyer.
Mm-hmm.
Solaris, Gazelle Ministry, sent a massive force there to obtain God and his wisdom. But by now, neither the nation Solaris nor the organization known as Gatherers existed anymore. The only thing that was left there was an innumerable accumulation of weapons.
I see.
Almost all of the Solarians had been transfigured into weapons. The Gazelle Ministry now reigned over them as their commanders. Okay. There was no way we could allow God or God's wisdom to fall into the hands of the Ministry. We decided to assemble all the forces we could and head towards Mahanon. It was a perilous battle. There was no guarantee that we would make it back alive. We were to carry out the plan at dawn, hence I had to stiffen my resolve concerning her.
Katara?
Wait a minute. You want me to stay here? No, I'm going with you.
No, Elly, it's too dangerous.
No, it's too dangerous.
Why? I've been in many dangerous situations. This isn't the first time. Also, fuck you.
We have someone like, Maria and Emeralda in the team.
Yeah, they're much younger.
No,
I'm gonna have to side with Elly on this one.
I said, no, we can't take you.
Hey, are you starting to develop
Please
feelings?
understand.
No, I want to go.
Well, go when you're old enough.
I wanna go.
I'm a grown-ass woman.
I'm 18. You let the 10-year-old go with you.
We've been fighting together all this time. And suddenly you're telling me not to go? I just don't get it.
We had to do script rewrites.
Well, actually, that was actually the case. The parent probably lives at some point.
This isn't like any other fight. It's a battle for the wisdom created by God. It's life or death.
Different from
Not for
your
nothing,
other
Faye,
stuff.
Whoever controls it becomes the true dominator of a world. It's obvious the military will bring the strongest possible troops. There is no guarantee you'll come back alive.
Well, neither will you.
That's exactly why I want to go.
So basically,
Hi on,
so
yes,
basically-
Pedro?
so basically, Faye, what you're saying is that he who is the strongest always rules the world. Okay.
Also, you're fine with everyone else dying, or I see
Hold
how
on.
it is.
You don't have the slightest idea.
That shrug.
Alright, I'll wait till this is over then.
What don't I understand?
If the enemy were only the ministry or just mechanical weapons, it would be okay. But most of the enemies will be made up of what were once humans. Humans just like you and I.
Exclamation mark.
I saw them at those facilities. Gears that were made out of humans.
Wasn't I there with you?
They were the same as Hammer. Could you now destroy them after knowing this?
What about everyone else?
Well, even though it's been established with Elly as being kind of a bit behind ever since she started caring more about the people and trying healing them. So, do you still want to go now?
Well,
Didn't she help with fighting Hammer, though, who also got turned into a gear?
I remember the final narration, reluctantly. You can't even kill one person. Your presence will be a burden during the fight.
Well, fuck you too, then.
I mean, he's not entirely wrong.
Don't worry, also leaves the party. You'll just get in the way.
Hey, Faye, don't you think you went a little too far there?
We cannot blame her. At least we should understand her feelings.
I know how Elly feels. I knew she would have listened to me if I had just said, "You're not coming." Seeing as she has worked together with us for such a long time and all, that's why I had to explain it to her like that. The people gathering in Nissan need Elly. She's gotta realize how much people are depending on her. I can't put her in a dangerous situation.
But the was a little harsh.
You didn't have to be so cold. She was crying, you know?
But
No buts.
I am sure she realizes that.
I agree. Maybe you are the one who doesn't understand.
Zing.
me? I don't understand.
Elly's heart?
She wants to go. To be with you, Faye. Until the end.
Who's this?
Margie. Well,
If I were you, I'd hold her tight and say, let's go together, just like that.
Bart wants to be inspiring at the same time.
Really? Why'd you jump on the table?
No, I mean, it's to be dramatic and triumphant.
Let him have his moment.
I'm the leader, shut up.
Young master, don't overdo yourself now.
Shut up.
I've already got enough foot space on the table.
Anywho, why don't you go ask her to come with you? Whether she'll go or not, you should express your feelings in words. If you
But
really
better
care
words than
about
what you
her-
did earlier.
Yeah, better, yeah. You could tell her.
Express your feelings, right? Tell me more about this weird concept.
I didn't mean...
Look, go fix it, Dunderhead. Too late now. Everyone knows it.
You are not being true to yourself.
Damn, even
Everyone's
Sheen's
calling
in
him
on it.
out.
And I'm the one. And when I'm calling you out, you know you've got problems.
Faye, say it. Straight out.
Even the
See,
child
tells
is
you.
telling
Oh, yeah.
you.
Wait,
Your
Emerald,
child is roasting you.
Wait, Emerald, I thought you called me Kim.
Ah, that's because the situation is serious.
Yeah.
Chase after her. What are you waiting for?
Can you not hear the majestic
Let me
love-sounding
see opinions
music?
first.
Come on now, go
It's just
for
like
it.
It's just like at the end of not another teen movie.
Women don't like
Get
a
her,
sensitive
son.
man.
You don't know how to treat a lady, do ya? Oh!
And that's a priest telling you this way.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy's a
Faye,
priest.
is it not the time for you to come out with your feelings now?
Faye, go.
Well, short, straight, and simple to
that's
the
his new
point.
name now, Fago.
You worry about me. Please, Arian, go chew her.
Thank you.
Oh! Well, you heard the lady.
Chew
Go
her.
chew her.
I don't know how much about this kind of thing. I'm still in this game, apparently. But Hammer used to tell me to be nice to women.
Thank you, Rico. You're such a great addition to this group.
I'm not well versed in the art of romance, so I'm not
You know
saying
what?
anything. Goodbye.
You know what? I just realized that I got my advice on how to treat women from fucking Hammer. I should probably rethink my life.
What happened to you, Rico? You used to be the champion, and now you're revealing that you took love advice from Hammer of all people.
It's kind of implied that Rico is at the very least, potentially a romantic in a sense that he's not really interested in having a love story. So even basic things have to be told to him by Hammer.
Don't run away. Be a man and confront the problem.
You heard her.
By the way, guys, I'm still in the game.
You heard
Thank
her.
you.
You heard her.
Yeah, well,
Just like Choo Choo.
You heard her, Squall. I mean, Faye. Go and
Alright,
confess to that woman.
Here we go.
Ooh, the lights are out too.
Sorry about what just happened. Forgive me, but I want to explain.
Did you cause a power cut, Faye?
You cry with the lights on? What?
Now, for the first time, people on both Earth and Solaris are becoming one. But then not all of them are strong like the crew of the ship or the people in Shevat. Even we almost lose sight of our future at times. So you can imagine what regular people go through. That's why people need someone like you to depend on, as a light to guide us. You freed the hearts of the people that have been used as tools by that ministry for hundreds of years. Elly, it was you. And now your body doesn't just belong to you alone anymore.
Wait, what?
That's why I can't let you be in any danger. And that's why I don't want you to fight anymore. Remember the dialogue before Jova symbolizing again with the whole
The body of Christ
the,
and all that.
Yeah, the Messiah and everything, yeah.
Is this Elly?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it?
Oh, I thought the twist was going to be how it wasn't actually Elly.
It
just
was
took
me.
off
I know, right?
To be fair,
I must have faked.
I was pondering the first time if the game was gonna pull a twist, but no. It's
Me
easily
too,
fixed.
yeah.
We used to be enemies, but now we're together like this.
I held
thought
a
it was
gun.
like some kind of.
Yeah, this bit's a tape recorder.
I thought it was some kind of narration instead, actually.
I held a gun at your face. Now we're best friends, possibly even lovers.
Actually, I held it to the back of his head, I believe. In the
Yes.
beginning, I think I saw myself in you.
As I was about to shoot you.
We seem to overlap. You belong in a similar situation as I was in. You being in a similar situation as I was in.
Faye, if you haven't figured out I'm gone yet, please shift the tape to side B.
When I was with you, I didn't feel alone or apprehensive. Just, that's why I thought I liked you.
You had an interesting way of showing it.
But it wasn't that. I simply didn't have the courage to look at my true self.
Got to be honest with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I turned to you to run away from it all. I mistook that for love.
Oh my god, they said the L word.
Lick.
But it's different now. I can face my own problems. I am me, and you are you.
No shit.
Duh.
And we're us.
It has all become clear to me now. I also learned that I really do need you.
You do?
Yes.
It's not because I need you as a sanctuary for my problem. I need you because I truly love you.
Aww.
Elly.
Sweet.
I know what you're saying, Faye. I know you're so concerned for my safety.
And yet you let the 10-year-old go with you.
Awkward as that
Child
is.
murder is a-okay to you, I guess, and I'm not about to question that.
Like, you're letting our child go into danger.
But you know, I'm scared. I fear we may never see each other again. I just have this feeling.
I mean, just look at how well Sora and Kairi's relationship is going. Square kind of has this tendency with couples.
Shut up. I guess you could say it's in pieces right now.
Shut up.
And now Sora's in hell.
Don't worry. I won't die.
No, it's
Famous
not
last
that.
words.
It's something completely different.
You might not just die, you might have your soul ripped from your body.
Okay.
He's
last
too
I
stubborn
Last I checked, Krellian is not Shang Tsung.
You never know. He seems crazy enough for it.
It's as if I'm being torn apart by something I can't resist. That I'm no longer me.
Well, you're not your own nobody, last I checked.
Even if you come back safely, it just feels so uneasy. That's why I need to go with you. I can't bear to be away from you.
Dang, she really does love him. That or something else, but let's try and keep our minds out of the gutter.
I feel the same way. Ever since the time I met you in that forest. I think it's the same feeling that you've been having. I was also running to you.
Even the moment when she was going to shoot
So he's
you?
into having a gun pointed at him.
But
apparently,
I have to solve my own problems. I can't throw my problems onto you. There is another me. Id is within me.
A developer? That's awesome.
I fear that any moment Id may awaken within me.
Yeah, but it's Elly who helps calm him down.
You're the only one that has been able to keep me from giving in to Id. It was because you were always by my side that I was still able to keep from losing myself.
So shouldn't it make sense to bring her with you then?
I promise you that I will return. So, that is, Elly, I want you to be my reason to return. To be my home I can return to.
Because my last home kind of got burned down.
Elly, if you will wait for me to come back, even if we are in totally different places, as long as you will stay by my side, I know I'll be able to do anything.
Faye.
I mean to be... Oh. Ah, there we go.
And
Sorry.
then they kissed.
Holy cow, those noses!
Not
And
just that.
everything blue screened.
Wait, are they about to...
Hold on, just you wait.
And then the ship blew up.
Touchdown!
One of the more I will mention more at the end of the part, but yes, one of the more notorious things of the game is that this is one case where a couple, main protagonist and all, actually has sex, in the game.
You're doing Cloud and Tifa so proud.
Yeah, I was about to
But-
say.
Hold
You
on,
can
hold
see,
on.
not for nothing, but we can see one of her nipples. Right there.
Yes.
Where?
Right there.
Yeah.
Sorry. Did I wake
Deji,
you?
calm down.
It's a digitized one, though, so we won't get demonetized, if that's what you're wondering.
It's okay. I've been awake all along.
Yeah! I mean, it's impossible to go to sleep after that.
I mean, Faye, with an animal like you, it would be impossible to sleep.
All along.
I was watching over you while you slept.
Hey, you know, hey guys, how do you think Faye and Ellie's conversation
Elly?
is going? Says Bart outside, back in the living room.
I see. Ellie's been taking lessons from Renoa. I see.
I was thinking more Pearl, but...
Great, that's the last person you want advice from.
And before I realized it was morning.
This kind of is similar to the romance I made.
Well, I'm off.
Where's Faye? I thought he was supposed to come right back.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I thought he was just gonna go apologize to Ellie. I hope the argument didn't last for that long.
Alright,
Yeah, we
then.
haven't seen him all night. I wonder what
Do be
happened.
careful.
Floating ahead through the
Let's
wall.
hope Cheetah entertain them with some bullshit.
Cheetah
Yeah,
probably
okay.
knows somehow.
Could you hold this for me?
What is this? Is this a pendant?
I thought it was going to be a condom or something.
It's always a fucking pendant.
Wait,
It's the
Faye.
one we have been seeing from time to time,
Wait.
actually, also during the narration. I don't know whose it is. It seems it was on me when I was brought into Lahan.
What a perfect gift to give to someone.
Maybe mine, or it could be.
It could be.
Faye, did you use protection?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's giving her a condom or something.
Nothing. Will you just hold on onto it for me?
But it's
Oh,
covered
God.
in... No, I don't want to say it.
Alright. I'll hold on to it for you.
Thanks. Well, I guess it's goodbye.
Faye?
I noticed, Shiro, that you seem always to skip these O's.
I usually skip
Yeah.
exclamations. Exclamations. Thank you.
Joey hates exclamation.
Thank you for what, though? Like, a lot happened.
Okay, thanks, bye.
Hey, where have you been, man?
Why do you smell funny?
Yet. Now Ellie's gonna have an extra conversation with Margie.
Oh boy.
Ellie, are you okay about this?
Yes, but it's because I believe in him.
Okay then.
Just being close to a person is not in itself an indication of love, is it?
I don't know.
You know, the sad thing is that at this point where it's more story than gameplay, we arguably could have gotten Margie more involved in the action.
I think she actually gonna lampshade it.
But selfish.
Joey, you might want to rework
When
Hold
something
on.
big happens, they say, it's too dangerous. You can't come. They
Wow.
treat women like we're weaklings. Although, it is true I can't help boy and friends much anymore.
Aren't you tired of being nice?
That's not true. Everyone's someone special waiting for them.
What's for? Why'd you put in a comma?
That is true.
Everyone
Why
wants-
is there a comma there, Richard?
Everyone...
I get the feeling Richard put that comma in some
He
place that
fell asleep on the keyboard.
no. Here's what happens, Theo. That comma was supposed to go somewhere else, but it somehow ended up in this sentence.
Yeah, it could have gone out. It could have gone after True, right?
I know, right?
Someone who will protect a place they can return to. If you don't have that peace of mind, then you would not be able to get anything done.
Some people like being alone, you know.
Well, that's their problem. Men try to tough it out as much as they can, and then some. They're cute the way that they do that, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm sure you find Faye pretty cute now.
She's more sarcastic than anything.
Well, if you're into that, that's fair.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, we have things we need to do too now.
Alright, time for a girls' night out.
Oh, wait, Elly, what was that moaning I heard out through the walls?
That was
That's
just a
Martha.
ghost.
Ask Bart.
Wait, why me?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
Oh, go ahead, Sharon.
While we do, like you did, what's his name yesterday?
Yes.
And while we do them, let's pray that everyone comes back safely.
Yeah, like how he did Faye last night.
Richard, can you explain that one?
Let's get it going like Stacy's mom.
Yeah. Yes.
The god?
Yes! They did it in front of God, too.
No.
Look. You know how many weeks since I've seen my wife. Okay, give me some slack.
Your own innermost feelings that everyone believes in.
T-Town, you... Okay, fair enough to you, T-Town.
Actually, I was speaking that as Richard, but that works too.
Was she done like Richard's stand-in or something? Like self-insert almost?
Go on, just.
What's wrong?
You? I knew it. Yes, that must be it.
Are you old enough to know this stuff?
I'm
She found us out.
16.
What?
Elly, it's like everyone says. You must be a reincarnation of Sophia.
Oh, that's what you were going on about. Okay.
The idea, I remember what she just said about,
You have no way of knowing the Nissan sex teachings, but what you say, well, it's exactly the same as what Sophia always said. Fuck it.
Yes. That might be it.
You see, Margie?
16 and no swears.
You see, Margie, that's what you heard last night.
It's not really devoted to religion, but just the idea of, wanting to do good things to the others.
Pedro, can you actually?
Oh,
First
never
time I
mind.
visited here, I had
It's also
this
automated if I
feeling.
recall, so...
Oh, okay. All right.
Familiar. Sad.
Yeah, it's like a song.
You see, Margie, that's what you heard last night. It was just the reincarnation of Sophia. Squeaky clean.
Like I had visited
Yeah.
here many times in my dreams.
What?
Once upon a dream.
No wonder Bart didn't let me go on those sex educational seminars.
Look, you're not ready for them yet.
I know where each room is and what's in them.
I'm 16.
They get pretty graphic, okay? I will not let my relatives' innocence be soiled. Despite the fact that for some reason our creators shipped us in that concept art.
I just know I must have been here in the distant past.
Also remember, Jova, their marriage is more like a political theme more than anything.
Yeah.
The game still implies that there's some infatuation between the two, but
Oh
it's
my
never
god.
explored.
Okay, how
Or
distant of
if I had
cousins are
spoken of
they?
this, I'd have brushed it off of her laugh.
Like, eventually all those parts ago, Jova, 500 years, so plenty of different generations, to be honest.
So we call them cousins, like Sailor Moon. Is that what we're going with it?
Yeah.
I guess it's...
Oh, they're fucking cousins, alright.
But now I can be more or less believe it.
Date Baio.
Believe in the me that believes in you.
Yeah, I do get Gurren. So it's
I
appropriate.
believe the things I couldn't do then. So
George.
basically, she's she's like Kid in Matrix Revolution. Faye, I believe.
Faye, your drill.
I'm probably
will
trying
be
to do now.
Your drill will be the drill to pierce the heavens.
Well, actually, there's a drill in Matrix Revolutions too, so yeah.
Things she couldn't do?
And Faye is not one of them.
We're gonna keep making these jokes, aren't we?
It's too easy.
Yeah.
Yes. Things I couldn't do.
The Kuma Satra.
Okay, this conversation is starting to go a bit off the rails. Can we just have our girls night out while we wait?
Did you at least manage to do the 69th position?
Yeah, did you?
Also,
And the conversation ends right there.
Also, technically speaking, it's pronounced Kama Sutra. Anyway, while I post the artwork of the day, again, it needs to be one thing that can be discussed, like I did mention, is the fact that, again, this was kind of unprecedented. The idea that, sure, at most you will get like a kiss or something, but not a couple that would have, proper, making a lovemaking, session. Sure, it's still mostly just a fade to white and everything. It's still very just, but it doesn't leave much of the imagination. And even after this, it's not something that has been strictly common. The most that we got, ironically enough, is the implication for the fact that, for example, Cecil and Rosa had conceived a child in between the first Fantasy IV and the after years. But that's kinda it.
Oh, don't
and
forget.
Most, like I said, you will get like a kiss or something, but not much.
I was gonna say Final Fantasy VII with Cloud and Tifa.
Yeah,
that
there was that.
One that was mostly implied, and as we discussed, Toriyama wanted it to be official, but apparently someone, allegedly Kitase, actually stopped him. So I do wonder if when we'll get to the remake, they will actually have the balls to be more potentially more explicit. But I don't
Pretty
really
much
think so.
most people agree that it probably did happen. However, let's not also forget Waka and Lulu.
That is true as well. She's actually pregnant by someone too.
The point is, there aren't many that actually get that far.
Dragon Quest V.
Yeah, Dragon Quest is Enix, not Square, but yeah, I get your point.
I was talking about RPGs at the time, but yeah.
Sure. I still have no idea what the hell Luz is in Waka, but that's a topic for another day.
But yes, outside from that, there is a bit of the outdated dialogue, admittedly. But I do believe there is some minor merits, particularly that mentioning, again, it first seems to be portraying more the fact that the director of the game, inherited from working on Final Fantasy IV, because sadly, 4 kind of has a sequence similar to this, a rather pointless one, where Cecil tells Rosa and Rydia just to stay back on Earth while the boys take the lunar whale to the moon. But then, like 5 minutes later, he's just, no, we're still coming, and that's final because that's bullshit. So I get the idea. One reason we wanted to do that, but I do believe that Faye still had good reason, and the reason why he screwed up it was because of the way he's expressed. But again, considering his psychological condition, I can't believe him making a flubber like that. And to be fair, the game itself calls him out on that, and he actually apologized for it. So it's not like it's a mistake. It was an intentional thing done to try to have a conversation about it.
Essentially a classic foot and mouth situation.
And then at the end, the discussion that Elly has with Margie is more to talk a bit more about the idea that men try to act tough, but a lot of times instead have this very kind of fragile side, which is not something that games around the time this was made actually were talking about. If anything, again, like you said, 7 did borrow a lot of ideas from this, including the idea of Cloud having the boisterous persona that in reality was just a scared child.
Oh my god, and right down to pretty much the couple consummating their love.
And his relation with Tifa, did help on that too. It's a case of, supportive. But if you want to add something, please tell.
I just wonder how angry the Cloud and Airshippers would have been if that scene had been left as explicit as it was supposed to be, no?
Also, I think you were thinking of Tetsuya Takahashi.
Tetsuya Takahashi. In fact, I do actually wonder if at least part of this sequence was actually instead written by his wife, Kaori Tanaka, or colloquially known by her pen name Soraya Saga. Or I do wonder if it was a conjunct product. Potentially.
Exactly. What makes you think they didn't take inspiration from their own personal lives? I mean, come on.
Again, overall, like you said, despite again making you kind of believe that Faye is just doing a bit of smartassery, I get on the whole picture, I kind of like this sequence, and again, it was kind of groundbreaking for what they wanted to do.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean,
you want to know the final touch before we conclude? And by the way, just to mention quickly, the artwork of the day is another concept art of Elly with a very cute face.
That's adorable.
No, Elly is adorable.
But the one of the funny thing is, for particular story reason that you will see starting from the next part, after this, Elly stops using her normal gear, which is called Virge, which is, I forgot in which specific language, the name for the word virginity.
Ha! Ha! You're just rubbing it in everyone's faces now, are you?
Takahashi. Takahashi and wife, I mean.
But yeah.
Also, the one thing I would like to say is that I'm actually surprised that that one nipple made it into the localized version, because usually back in these days, that would very rarely would a game ever allow that shit. Especially
this game's just rated T, right?
Maybe it's because she's so far in the background, it's very pixelated.
Combined with the pixel art, I get the idea that it's not really noticeable.
That's
it. I didn't really notice much myself.
That's it. The fact that they had the audacity to animate a nipple when they could have just have gone what most PG-13 rated anime do and just have it be breasts minus the nipple, because that automatically makes it okay.
I mean, look,
because what's called female identifying nipples or something.
I'm not jumping the gun too much myself, but just keep that thought in mind, Jova. The game is not over yet. Speaking of which, yes, Dejimon?
I was going to say, look, they showed Chun-Li's boobs in the Street Fighter 2 anime movie. And I think they also did the same thing with Mai and the Fatal Fury movie as well.
I don't think we did that for the Tekken movie instead, but it's been a while since the motion picture, but we're diverging. Tuning for the next part, where the party actually travels to Mahanon and see what's inside it.
See you then.
Yeah.
Yeah.